Today I'm going to make probably one of my more important videos, and this is because as I've mulled over the differences between bear markets and bull markets quite significantly over the past not just 18 months here in this bear market, but really over the past 6 years, having caught the tail end of the 2017 bull market, seen the entire last bear market, seen the flowers die and then rebloom, and then of course now seeing this recent bear market. One of the things that really dawned on me that I'm going to be talking about to you right now is how to actually capitalize on the next bull market, in my opinion, with the highest risk-adjusted return. Now, of course, many will tell you just buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, and forget about it. Now, that is certainly one way to play the game, and it's the most likely to eventually have essentially net gains on your portfolio. But it's certainly not the way to get rich. Let's be honest. If Bitcoin goes 100x from here to $3 million or something like that, well, it would probably take the better part of 10 or 20 years for it to do that. So say you put in, $10,000, it goes 100x, you'd have $1 million in maybe 15 years. That's certainly nothing to snub your nose at, but it's not exactly what most people would consider getting wealthy from cryptocurrency. No, in order to actually benefit from this industry, you typically have to go a little bit further out on the risk curve. The people who made it in Bitcoin did it way before it was obviously the asset that it is today. The people who made it with Ethereum did it way before it was obviously the asset that it is today. And that's what's really important, is understanding that you have to be somewhat predictive in order to make big gains within crypto. So we're going to talk about one of the biggest concepts that is important to understanding the difference between bear markets and bull markets, because it's actually much deeper than just number go down or number go up. Now, as you look at the charts during the bear market, what you'll notice is that overall, the trend of liquidity just goes down. Numbers just go down on most price charts. However, they do tend to sort of pump up a little bit as Bitcoin pumps up, or as Ethereum pumps up, with some altcoins outperforming others. But there's really only been one altcoin this entire bear market that has seen astronomical price rise. The kind of price rise that you want to write home about. The kind of price rise that's going to have you jump in, buy your whole family a new car, and turn to your boss and say, "Watch your mouth, I quit." We're talking about 2,833% gains, and that's just since it was on the chart. I think it was trading before that. You see, a coin like Pepe, while you can definitely have meme coins during a bull market, has really been one of the only huge winners of the bear market. It's one of the only rocket rides that I've seen. Although there have been some mild successes, when you're talking about people going multi-100x, yeah, that stuff only happens usually in the peak of bull mania. But there's a reason why Pepe might pump in a bear market, but not something else, not something with a ton of fundamentals and partnerships, not something that, say, a smart money investor would buy. And that's because in bear markets, what happens is everybody slowly gives up on the narratives that drove the last bull market because they haven't actually shown themselves to be worth money in so long. Just because your thesis is right, your logic is right, when the charts are showing you day in and day out that, hey, maybe I'm wrong, hey, maybe no one else cares about this thesis, well, that's when you start to give up on fundamentals, on technology, and just want to hop on something that someone else will buy for you for a higher dollar figure. And that'll come probably in the form of a meme coin. You see, but there is a problem with this. Now, I'm not saying that meme coins will not pump in the future or that Pepe won't pump in the future. I don't really know, and I don't spend a lot of time thinking about that because I don't have an edge there. I really don't know which meme coins are going to pump. And for every Pepe, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of meme coins that just go straight to zero, rugging their entire community and leaving people in a ton of pain, which is why I do not talk about these coins. Now, it doesn't mean that other altcoins are guaranteed to go up, but I feel as though with enough research, I can actually get an edge. But I wanted to explain right now, and here's the important part of this video. It's really key to understand why these, quote, good altcoins won't pump during a bear market. I put this tweet up a few months ago, and I effectively went through how Polygon sat in a range between 1 and 2 cents for pretty much the entire bear market, last bear market. And I showed this chart here showing how Polygon pretty much through 2018 or 2019, all the way through almost 2021, pretty much just sat in this little range here. It had this one spike up to about 4 cents, but for the most part sat here in between 1 and 2 cents for almost the entire time, with a few little peaks above 2 cents. Well, as soon as the bull market kicked off, within a month or so of Bitcoin reaching new all-time highs, Polygon had begun its 288x journey from the bottom of the bear market to the top of the next cycle. The big question is, what happened? What was the big difference there that just because Bitcoin broke out, all of a sudden now Polygon's doing the thing that the real fundamental investors were excited about since the beginning? And that's precisely it. In the bear market, what happens is the institutional folks leave. They're wrecked, their funds are down, they can't raise more capital, and they leave the industry. Typically, The quote smart money is actually not smart money at all. They rush in once the market's already booming, and then they leave once the market has been wrecked. If you're following, they tend to buy high and sell low. That's actually the great irony of quote smart money investors in crypto. But what you need to know is that these smart money investors, these institutional investors, are the ones who bring with them that institutional capital. And so even though they might not be the smartest, wherever they choose to place their bets gets flooded with new capital. And if you put yourself in the shoes of one of these new smart money investors that's raising a fund from people around them, what you'll find is that they will need better reasons than Pepe meme so funny, Pepe so cute, Pepe meme incredible. They can't just invest $1 million into a meme because there's a bunch of shit posters on Twitter and they've got fire memes coming out. No, they cannot do that. They need to use some business logic and fundamentals to actually show their LPs they're worth investing with. If they're just going to invest in stuff at random, spin the bottle style, then it doesn't make sense for the LPs, the people who actually invest in those investors that create those funds. They wouldn't invest if there wasn't a ton of business logic and real fundamental thinking as to why they were investing in, say, Avalanche or Polygon or Cosmos or Near or whatever is the next gen new tech that is getting everyone so excited. You see, following those narratives is what leads to massive price increases, but only in bull markets. And that's because these new smart investors come in and they absolutely need, in fact, they require these more fundamental analyses. Whereas the bear markets are essentially a game of moving users from one community to another, to another, to another. And this is as boredom kicks in and as prices start to fall, people jump from community to community. They don't realize that the game that's being played throughout the entire bear market flips entirely on its head once the bull market begins. Because once the industry is perceived as hot once again, well, that really opens up the floodgates for those smart money investors to start coming in and doing their thing and bringing 38-page decks of analyses to a board meeting in which they will choose once again to allocate to our bags at a very much so higher price point. And so what am I trying to say? What I'm saying is right now, before Bitcoin has gone on its next run, is the chance for people to actually get their foot in the door on fundamentally strong projects with actual go-to-market, technology, products, these things that get absolutely no love in the bear market compared to the likes of meme coins like Pepe. But they will all have their day in the light. And that is when the fundamental smart money rushes back in, chasing the sweet pump of the new bull cycle. Now, the questions that I don't know is how will some looming SEC charges or indictments against a bunch of protocols as they've been named in the Coinbase lawsuit, in the Binance lawsuit, and others, are those going to be a dark cloud over several of these protocols? Will there be consequences for them, and will they experience a lack of pump like we saw with XRP? Or are we in a post-SEC influence era where those coins will just go and do the thing that they were going to do the entire time? Time will tell, and it's very hard to say about that specific point, though I do think that that influence is fading. The overall takeaway here is that utility is super bullish. It's the most bullish, but it's only bullish in a bull market. And that is because the new money that comes in demands the fundamental explanations of the tech, the application, the go-to-market, the stuff that underpins the quote good tech in the space. And that is why that stuff gets flooded. Just like Matic went from 1 penny to $3, that is precisely the journey that many good technology projects here in the space will go through. And they might still not pump as hard as meme coins. The thing is, I have a 1 in 1,000 chance of getting a meme coin right. Whereas I feel like my odds of predicting which altcoins will eventually become darlings of this new institutional capital is significantly higher. And I'll take a significantly higher chance of hitting a 50 or 100x over an almost non-existent chance of hitting a lifetime gainer any time of the week. As always, if you guys enjoyed this, you know what to do. Click on this video. It's even better. I'm EllioTrades, and I'll see you very soon on the next episode.